Okay, Matthew, thank you so much for including your written rationale as well as your banner ad. Now, I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at the announcement for this week, the Welcome to Week 6, right here. This video right here, in this video, I request that students place their a PDF of their magazine ad in conjunction with the banner ad, just so we can get a good comparison, and that we're able to kind of check the adaptation and the level of success, harmony, and visual harmony and consistency when we look at the campaign as a whole. So it looks like you didn't have a chance to do that. We have the banner ad still and the banner ad GIF, so we don't have the magazine ad here. So I'll go ahead and I'll make comments just based on the magazine, on the banner ad. And what you can do is you can just go ahead and open up your magazine ad and take a look at the consistency therein, and determine what, if any, areas in the magazine need to be adjusted. Now, if you mentioned in your writing that this masked image was not included in the magazine ad, so make sure that's in there for your final presentation. More importantly, make sure it's there for your when we're completely done with this campaign, when you're deciding if this is going to go in your student portfolio. It's got to be very consistent, of course, if it does, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. Boy, I wish that magazine ad were here because I'd love to get a look at that background image. Right now, my only issue is the readability of this text right here. The headline looks okay. Now, what we could do theoretically is, depending on how much room you have at the bottom of this image, what you could do is you could make the crop so that, across something like this. Okay, so you're including the hut and some of the lawn chairs, but more water, meaning that you're including more sand, meaning that you've got this nice clear area right here to assemble your headline and subhead. So basically what we would be doing is, if there's room, taking the image and moving it up while the frame remains the same, right? So that would give you a little bit more area. So my only concern about the subhead is it's a little difficult to read. Now, you've got a peculiar situation here where you've got, this is all right aligned, but it's on the left side of the composition, creating some really unusual negative space right here. I would recommend that you move this whole thing in, and instead of in a little bit, not much, just about say that A starts where the W is, and then left align this whole typographic composition instead of right align. And I really think that's going to work. You may also consider left aligning, and just food for thought here, if you are left aligning, if you're right aligning your subhead and there's an ellipsis in the top, you want to align the type, the letters, and let that ellipsis hang off the margin, as opposed to aligning the right side, the last letter of the last word of the bottom line with the last tittle, that's the dot, in the ellipsis. Does that make sense? It's called hanging punctuation, and it's something that you'll learn in your typography classes. But it will create a much more a cleaner right margin. But that's going to be a little bit of a non-issue here, because, as I said, I recommend that you take this and left align it. Okay, then this, you can reduce the size of this type right here, because this type right now is every bit as large as the type in your subhead, which is kind of compromising your hierarchy. Think of a newspaper. The largest type is in the headline, then the next largest type is in the subhead, then the body copy. So think of it like that, and that'll help you to formulate a good approach for your visual hierarchy. Other than that, I think that, so basically, I guess what I'm seeing is this. I'm seeing headline, subhead right about here. Then this, I would just move this in right about here. It started right here. The animation looks great. I think it looks fantastic. Nice job there. Everything else looks great. Boy, I sure wish that magazine ad were here for comparison. But I would, yeah, then my only issue is the typography associated with this area right here. So work that out, and I think we're in business. Everything else looks fantastic here. So if you have any questions, comments, or if I can clarify anything, please let me know. I'll be glad to do so. If you want to make changes and resubmit, that's great. I'll be glad to provide additional comments. If we move forward and you want to run something by me, just go ahead and post it in the general questions area of the classroom, and I'll see it there, and I'll address it there. Sounds good? All right, great start. Nice work. Thank you very much.